Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah. Koholoimla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachnan Nawaf. It's coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is an article from BuzzFeed, but actually it was something that I was just kicking it with an older gentleman at the plantation with, this gentleman, he's like in his 70s still working. But he was talking to me about how, this blackout today, as far as like economic blackout. And I didn't know anything about it. I had been seeing a lot of stuff, but I didn't know, they never went into it like that. Didn't know that it was today. And just before I left the plantation, older gentleman, real cool. He he talks about the Bible here and there, but, just cool old OG. I kick it with him here and there. But he was talking about how he was participating in this blackout, right? And that he wasn't, going to the bank. Well, he said he had came from the bank for something. I'm not sure but he went off into this blackout thing where, he wasn't shopping today, this, that, and the third. He was so surprised that I hadn't heard about it. I'm like, well, nah. I'm generally not into stuff like that anyway, but of course today is the Sabbath day, so we're not spending no money any fucking way, or at least you shouldn't be. We're not over righteous. If it's something that has to be done because we are in captivity, you got to do it. But overall, I try and get my gas the day before, food and all that stuff, and on the Sabbath, just chill on the spending. And, we keep it to the best of our ability. But things do come up, and we are in captivity, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I wanted to get a little bit of this article. It's in BuzzFeed Business. It says, we do not need billionaires. They need us. Americans are sharing why they're not spending a dime during today's economic blackout. Okay, it says today, Friday, February 28th, grassroots organizers spearheaded by the People's Union have called for a nationwide spending blackout at corporations, including big box stores, gas stations, and major online retailers. The one-day spending freeze is the beginning of several more planned boycotts and blackouts until corporations are held accountable. Billionaires pay their fair share, and the working class finally get the freedom we deserve. Well, hey man, it's a waste of time. You can cut it out. These billionaires are not struggling. They're not gonna care about you not spending a couple of dollars, because people gonna just do what they're gonna do anyway. You would have to get everyone involved to really put a crush on these people's pockets, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't see enough people really stepping in to do that. Now he goes on to say there has been some debate online over how effective a single day of not spending can be, but blackout participants say they're hopeful that this day can be the start of a bigger movement standing up to billionaires and corporations. On Reddit, people have been sharing why they're participating and their hopes for the movement's next steps. Here's what they had to say. Now, I will say, let me just interject here first off, with the Israelites waking up, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans waking up, and us ones that do keep the Shabbat, the Sabbath, that's not shopping. Yeah, that could cause a little dent. I'm sure it is. But just think if all so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Israelites were awakened to this truth, and 40 million people in America just took that every week, because it's 4 weeks in a month, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. So every week, we're not spending money on that day. We're not, and actually you would be somewhat of saving some money because you wouldn't be burning gas. You wouldn't be, doing certain things, but that would be a lot of money. Even if it was just, 40 million people just not buying a damn bottled water that day. That's a lot of money, man. So, people not going out buying shoes, jeans, suits and ties, purses, bags, candy, chips, going out to dinner, all this other shit. That would be a huge hit. And so Esau, he hates the fact that we're actually waking up, because if we all woke up, there would be no more cigarette purchases. No one would be smoking cigarettes. There would be no more blunts and blunt wrap purchases and Black and Mild purchases. a lot of alcohol, or because it's legal to drink alcohol, as far as it's true, but that would even be cut back, because people would just cut back. There wouldn't be no more pork industry like that, because Jake would stop eating pork, of course, because that goes against the scriptures. That would cut back on jails being filled, judges having jobs, lawyers having jobs, police officers having jobs. Why? Because they make a lot of money off the crimes that our people commit, going against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. See, if there was no adultery, there would be a lot less deaths, because men get very jealous, and women, they call it cheating here, but it's not cheating when a man is dealing with multiple women, as long as those women don't have a man. It's adultery when a woman has a man and she's stepping out with another man, and that man that's stepping out on with her, that's adultery. You know what I'm saying? But if those things were to stop, we would be, that would cut down on a lot of crime. If we was able to, continue with the corporal punishment that the Lord told us to actually do with our children, that would keep those jails, our children would grow up with a lot more respect. They won't be out here fighting, shooting, killing each other and all this other shit. So they make money off of funerals. Gasoline got to go in the goddamn hearse. They make a lot of money, bro. Trust me when I tell you, they make a killing off of keeping us in sin. Right? So that's those are reasons why you should want to just stop the bullshit. Christmas holidays, Valentine's, Easter is going to be a big one coming up. Halloween, all these different idolatrous holidays. If all our people were to come into this truth, this place would plummet. Within a year, it would just plummet, because it would take so much money out of the economy. But Esau understands and knows that we are the salt of the earth, and that we keep this thing going, man. But okay, anyway, let's get into some of these reasons why people are doing what they're going to do here. It says, number one, we've got to start somewhere. One, blackout date, then two, then a week long. It's possible, but stuff like this needs momentum. You never know unless you try. Yeah, okay, all right. This person says, my wife got terminated from a national park service over Valentine's President Day, and my place of business is shuttering. Every day is an economic blackout day for us now. Okay, that's number two. Number three, I only shop at stores that have policies I align with now. No more Walmart, Amazon, Target, etc. I really don't need much except food and personal items. Hey, that's us on a day-to-day basis, because that's the reason why we pray for our daily bread. And the Apostle Gabar, he stresses that probably almost every day, man. He goes into that almost every lesson that he goes into about us just praying for our daily bread, just going to work, going to the plantation, getting our daily bread, coming home, and you go and stop, you get what you need, because we do need things. You get your gas, preferably try and get it, if you can fill up on a day when it's actually done dropped 25 cent, 30 cent. You see those days where it's just like, okay, all right, now let me go ahead and tap my fuel off, you know what I'm saying, and just try and do it that way, that you'll save some money. Praying about your food. Because matter of fact, let me grab a quick scripture, because I know I'm quoting scriptures, but this comes to mind right here. Proverbs 3:5, right? It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. See? In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. But basically, you should acknowledge the Lord in everything that you're trying to do. It's nothing to throw up a quick prayer and say, well, Lord, I need some food in the house. Need to go grocery shopping. Hey, the Lord, the Lord will direct you to where the good shit is at for the good price. The fresher stuff. Even though we're eating our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, but the Lord, he can override that, man. Anything is possible with the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But he can and will, because you're bringing it to him. You're actually coming to him and like, Lord, what should I do? Where should I go? Even with gas, the Lord will direct you to a gas station where, the gas is, because they water down gas. They will fuck some gas up and fuck your car up. He'll have you avoid one of them gas stations and get you to another gas station that's even cheaper with better gas, Clothing for the children, clothing for yourself. Do I need this or do I need that? Because, we're to be content, man. And a lot of people aren't content with what they have. They constantly need new shit. Constantly need new shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, refurbishing. See, back in the days, there was a time when women would actually sew a damn. If you had a hole in your sock, shit, Big Mama and them would sew that shit up. We're not going to get no new socks. We're going to put some thread and needle to that shit. We're going to sew that damn hole up. When you had a hole in the knee of your jeans. Shit, man. Grandma and them will patch that shit up. Elbows on the shirts. People really wore stuff. You know what I'm saying? You kept it as best you could. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you kept it clean. You ironed. Dude, but those days are over with, man. People got 50 pairs of shoes in the house. They constantly buying new shirts, new pants, new this, new that, new this, new that. Throwing shit out. They won't even, take it to a drop box or somewhere. Somebody, or just giving it away. They won't even give it away to somebody that could, use it. So it's a lot of waste, man, that's going on here, man. But, trust in the Lord, man, and bring, just pray. It's nothing to say a quick prayer. Well, Lord, I need this, I need that. What do you think about this? Should I do this or should I do that? The Lord will give you an answer, man, because you're coming to Him, and He, that's His will. His will is for you to come to Him. So let's see what else they got in here. Number 4 they have on the list. A bunch of empty cells columns is a way to vote. Will it bankrupt anyone? No. However, it will get the media talking and people to see they're not alone. If it's a large enough number of people, it will also give big business a pause of thought about how quickly they can lose business if they continue to support an oligarchy. Well, number 5, as someone who works at a big box store, I approve of this. Okay. Number 6, I'm on a 4-year buy nothing unnecessary journey myself. Well, you're not supposed to be buying nothing unnecessary anyway. I get it. You work, you want to get you something nice, you want to splurge a little. But shit, man, right now, man, really, you're not supposed to be wasteful. You're supposed to be a good steward over, and being content. Like I said, let me see if I can find that scripture. Okay, let me get this 1 Timothy 6:8 first. It says, in having food and raiment, let us be there with content. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, verse 7, it says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be there with content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So we're to be content. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a scripture where it talks about if roughly paraphrasing, if your wealth builds, don't place your heart upon it. Because there's nothing wrong with having money. If you notice that it says that the love of money. See, a lot of people use that scripture out of context and say, well, money is the root of all evil. No, not money. No, the love of it. Because people would do really horrible things, man, to get it. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to be content, man. Because too many people are easily bought. Our people are easily bought. They'll do anything, man, for money. They'll do anything to their family members or anything to, to themselves. Sell their body, just all kinds of wickedness, man, for money, man. But I wanted to get this one too. Philippians 4. Let me start at verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned. Let me start up a little bit. Verse 10. But I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned, in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. So whatever state you in, you're to be content. You may not be able to go out to a 5-star dinner. Shit, hey, the Lord got you some beans and rice. You got a potato or two you can cut up. Shit, man, hey, you got to be content, man. Verse 12. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Verse 13, I can do all things through Yahweh which strengtheneth me. See? So, whatever state you're in, you might be living in a studio apartment. But be content with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got people that live in mansions and shit like that, but hey, why look at them and get the covet and the shit that they just be content. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because once you close your... Hey, I tell you what, a person in a mansion and a person in a studio apartment, when they close their eyes, it's all the same. They sleep. Well, let's see what else they got in here. We'll grab a couple more. We end out. February 28th is verse... No, they have number 7. Let me see. What did I miss? Oh, yeah. Let me get number 6 again. I'm on a 4-year buy nothing unnecessary journey myself. I'll stay home on the 28th, but one day is unlikely to do a lot. You really need to see a difference in retail sales at least month to month before anyone pays any attention. Number 7, February 28th is the start. We have only been in this administration for a month. The stakes will continue to increase when it comes to protests and boycotts the longer this continues, and more pissed off people become. Use this opportunity to spread the word about this consistent boycotts of Meta, Amazon, Walmart, Target, and many others who support this administration that a lot of us are already doing. The media will tell you otherwise, but there have been consistent boycotts and protests happening, and we will keep growing. Okay. Number 8, they have, I love that this boycott makes a point to encourage patronizing small businesses. I work at a kind of small business where people always tell me, I'm so glad your store still exists. It's so sad you're one of so few. Yeah, that COVID-19 cut all into a lot of small businesses, man. No big boxes getting over. And it's really, you kind of have no choice but really to kind of go to these places because they're the only places open now. You try and do a little business in your neighborhood, your damn prices is just out of control. But I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. Everybody feeling the pinch. They have number 9. I've been participating since January 20th. I've saved so much money. Yeah, you can save some bread. I'm not going to front. You can put some money up. Canceled all streaming services. Damn. And we've had a lot more fun spending time together. Hey, that's a beautiful thing right there. You know what I'm saying? Because people have lost that. People have lost that spending time together with family, man. That shit is over with. Everybody sitting on the phone on the couch. Everybody at the kitchen table on the phone. If they eating dinner together, because a lot of people don't even do that anymore. They take their damn, they eating in their damn bedroom, closing their damn door, texting each other. Right in the house. You right in the house with somebody texting somebody. It says, haven't been in Walmart once. Completely removed Amazon from my phone. My only regret is that I didn't do it all sooner. Damn. Number 10, I'm getting dinner with a friend, but I am going to take out cash so I don't use my debit card at all. And we are going to a local restaurant, no chains. Okay. Yeah, I guess, hey. Number 11, it says, in Canada, we'll be participating a little differently as we'll still spend money on goods and services that are 100% Canadian. But not a dollar will go through the U.S. economy on that day. Ooh, they pissed with America right now with them tariffs. We're still participating in the broader boycott, but that one is a little looser with the rules, as it's more or less impossible for Canadians not to benefit the U.S. economy in fractional ways. Okay, so what they got? Okay, all right. Number 12. A blackout and a boycott are two different things. A lot of people like to dunk on blackouts because they expect the results of a boycott thanks to propaganda. And it makes them feel like they're smarter than everyone else by correcting everyone. It's actually why the propaganda works so well against us leftist types. The reason for blackouts is to show numbers. It's a single day threat again against the wealthy and business classes. It's a way to show we're organized enough to pull it off. Don't let the propaganda fool you into giving up this powerful tool. Okay, number 13. I'm making a whole month of March following February 28th of spending blackout challenge. My goal is to use up everything in my pantry and freezer, start some seeds for spring, and challenge myself to get purchases as close to zero as possible. Hey, shit. Number 14, I know some people will say this is dumb or it's not going to make a difference. Perhaps true, but some of us got to start somewhere. Making an effort shows you are aware that things are not going right or are not good right now. In some way, however insignificant, are making an effort to change things. For a lot of us, it's a very scary time. Knowing a lot of other people want to participate in the blackout gives us a beacon of hope that maybe, just maybe, is all is not lost. Well, we know that, hey man, man's goings of the Lord, man. And we understand that things like this, man, because the Lord is riling up the earth, and there's a lot of division in the planet. And it's only gonna increase. You know, I know people trying to do what they're gonna do, but there's no saving this place, man. There's no saving America, Babylon the Great is through. Matthew 12:25, and Yahweh knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So it's a lot of division that's going on, because you know, the Lord created everything in duality anyway. You can't have rich without poor, poor without rich, but you know, it's that division of the minds, man. You know, it's just it is America's way too divided to come back together, and it's too late. And it's not even that it's too late. It's just not going to happen, because the Lord set this place up to fall. It had a time period to run, and it's just time for, at the end. The clock is ticking on it, and it's no coming back from it. Let's see what else they got in here. Number 16, I've been no buy all year. Only groceries, gas, and bills. Hey, that's what a lot of people doing shit, because it's really, you can't really splurge on really too much other than that, man. You just can't do it. No more inflation, gas, as far as everything costs too damn much as is, all that extra shit, that shit is done. It says, protesting not only the takeover of government by corporations and asshats, but also the destruction of our environment from overconsumption. My goal is to keep it up indefinitely. It's really not that hard, honestly. If we need something, I either ask to borrow it, get it secondhand, or find a substitute we already have. Now, I will say, it's a Salvation Army store that's in this city where I work, and it's pretty much 99% of that population there is so-called white people. One of them damn sundown towns, but they got one of the busiest Salvation Army stores, man, probably in America, man, because they actually believe in, doing shit like this. They will go through, purchase what they need from the Salvation Army store. When they get done with it, after a time, especially, baby clothes and all that little, they'll take that shit back and they'll redonate it, and it goes right back into the recycling system, right through that Salvation Army store, and they'll grab whatever else that they need. I'm talking about that place be packed, man. As a matter of fact, that store that has done so well that they just got done remodeling it. Like, who the fuck remodeled? I'm talking about they done stretched it out, made it more space, and it's huge now. They updated the shit out of that. A Salvation Army store, bro. Like, and that place be packed, man. I bought plenty of things from there. Just, little things that I need around the house, man. I've gone through there, man, and gotten it for a decent price. You know what I'm saying? So, some shit you can just, you're just figuring like, okay, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? I might as well go get this shit new. But overall, if you can get some decent stuff in there. Take that shit back. Recycle, so to speak. Or give it to somebody. Number 17, it's important to understand in the earlier phases of so many Americans wanting to take action but lacking involvement in grassroots movements and coalitions that each little step we take is a part of the process. I will be participating, and I encourage others to do the same. Will this one day have an impact? Not likely, but it will give many of us a taste of participation and begin to condition us towards tougher, more targeted, and sustained strikes and lifestyle changes in the future. Okay, let me see how many more. It's probably, okay, that was 2 more. Let's get the last 2. We might as well get the last 2. I think yep. 18, I'm clamping down until this is over. Bare necessities and anything I can get from locals, I will. A day or a week isn't going to budge them. Cut off their asses. Cut off their money. Gut their stocks. We don't need billionaires. They need us. Number 19, And finally, does it count if I am only participating because I am broke? Oh shit, yeah. Okay, so let's see what the comments got to say. Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, it's the same old thing. Some people they is half and half. People with it, some people not, and people just gonna go and do what they gonna do, man. And really, amongst our people, I seen that, like I said, that elderly gentleman at the job. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned it to me. I didn't know anything about that shit. He's like, oh, he was kind of surprised. Oh, you didn't hear about it? I'm like, well, I told him straight up, like, well, man, I don't participate, and I'm not big on any of this American shit anyway. In so many words, I just go and do what I have to do, my little daily bread, man, and come on home. You know what I'm saying? Keep some gas in the car, keep the damn car insurance paid, so I don't get fucking pulled over. If I do get pulled over, I got all my shit together. Keep your license intact, your registration intact, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big lunch packer, but I don't buy lunch, when I'm at work, because I'm pretty much intermittent fasting. You know what I'm saying? Because I pretty much eat that once a day once I get home. So I'm not, just buying lunch and doing, I never really done that anyway. I'm not a breakfast person like that. So, as soon as I get up, I just got my water, and tea throughout the day type of deal until I get back home, which is, so intermediate fasting is good for me. I've been doing that for quite some time. So I'm not spending money on that. And I do stop at Walmart. I mean, because that motherfucker is right on my way home, and it's right, up the street pretty much from where I work. So, I do stop there to grab my little things and come on home, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, yeah, hey, this shit is not going to stop nothing. It's not going to change anything. Only thing that's going to change this place is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that thermonuclear fire. And that's what it needs. You talking about these billionaires. But see, people are pissed, man. Let's get that one in, what is that? Is it? I'm trying to think. Is it James chapter 5? Oh, yeah. But this is pretty much about where you are in the world. We are in the end days, man. I'll read this one in the New Living Translation. James chapter 5, I'm going to start at verse 1. Look here, you rich people. Weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you. Your wealth is rotting away. Your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. Your gold and silver have become worthless. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. This treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you on the day of judgment. For listen, hear the cries of the field workers, whom you have cheated of their pay. The wages you have held back cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of Heaven's armies. You have spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire. You have fattened yourselves for the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed innocent people who do not resist you. And this is really going up into the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But see, you have Esau, his own people are complaining. And let me get another one too. They're complaining because they're feeling the grunt of it. It's starting to see, really, the only reason why you're starting to see stuff like this is because these Edomites, these so-called white people, are starting to feel what we've always felt. And now it's starting to hit them. Now all of a sudden, let's band together. But Negroes been telling you this shit for how many decades? Damn near 100 years. Well over, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as far as like us participating in what they call their economy, buying little shit, being able to, get a house, car, but we've been in the struggle for so long, this shit just really don't bother us, man. We adjust and we keep it moving. But this place is just only going to get worse, man. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This is what you're witnessing right now. The people are mourning because the wicked are in authority. Let me get chapter 28, too. Is one in Proverbs 28:15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is the wicked ruler over the poor people. That's what's going on, man. A wicked ruler is over the poor people, and people are, they're losing it, man. They're losing it. They don't know what to do, man. This new generation, they like, what the fuck is going on? They not, and they definitely not built like the old generation. This is a very soft, effeminate, as far as the men are very effeminate. The women are very hard, but their asses is out of place. They can act hard as they want, but they still got them effeminate bodies, and it don't go together. So you working 2-3 jobs, break your fine ass down. Pretty than a motherfucker, you end up, you're 20 looking like you're 35. That shit'll wear your ass out. And this man, he has destroyed the family structure, man. So I'm gonna end out there. I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Yasha Allah on the Bible Ball.